Okay, we're getting real here with another 3 chairs. 1, 2, 3. I went through a huge transition in my life. Big transition. Some people might say, oh, you got mature. Some people might say, oh, you had a wake-up call or something like that. No. It was way bigger than that. Way bigger than that. I mean, from when I was pretty young, for a long time, before the transition, my mind, my thoughts, had one aspect to them that was a comfort to me. My mind, my thoughts. When I felt like I needed comfort, soothing, and peace, my mind would go towards sexual fantasy, thinking about pleasure with certain peoples that I knew who I thought would be nice to be with. Sexual fantasy thoughts. That was my comfort escape. Okay? Really, when I felt the worst, that's where I would go to receive some kind of peace and freedom and comfort. Then I went through this transition, and in a second, my ability to actually think about a person in order to create a picture or wonder about having that wonderful pleasure together. It's a wonderful thing. It's an awesome thing. It's a sweet thing. But my ability to think about a specific person and have sex fantasy was just ended. So much so that at this transition, I was not able to, and I am still not able to, become sexually excited by images. This transition that I went through was so amazing. And the detail on it was, I went from utilizing thoughts of sexual intimacy to get just some kind of peace on the inside, to being so in awe of the fact that I am a daddy. And inside of me is this amazing flood of children. Do you know that in just one tiny little release, 10 cc, there are 400,000 to 5 million individual cells that if you use science and you separated one of them, each one of those cells would be a different looking human being, male or female, different colors, eyes, etc., etc., etc. So in a second, in this transition, all of a sudden, I went from sex fantasy escape to feel better to, oh my gosh, don't touch this, because what's in me is really only for keeping a marriage together and making a family grow. And instantly, I felt like our most important thing in life, for we who have gone through the transition, who are enlightened, our most important thing in life is to help marriages stay together. Send them off for special times together. Watch the kids. Watch over the spirit of the family. See how people are doing. Find out why they're bitter or angry or aggravated. We single people, our job is to actually help these two crazy genders have their best complement together. Yes, they fit together like a puzzle, and that feels good. But actually, to do the ballet, where regardless of your compatibilities and all that kind of stuff, you know exactly how to listen to the highest voice and remain in relationship in that marriage. Keeping a marriage together is like the hardest thing to do in the whole world. And instantly, I was removed from this sex fantasy escape to this feeling of like, I don't even care if I have sexual pleasure with another person again in my whole life. I want to serve people in marriages and make sure that their marriages are okay, so that the kids can see mommy and daddy with joy towards one another, and not conflict and condemnation and cursing and all kinds of other stuff. So, this transition, I'm not going to tell you all about it right now, but I'm telling you, it happened at a certain second in April, around somewhere between April 13th and April 15th, 1994. And that's 23 years ago. And I'm telling you that this guy, I mean, my body is just as happy and strong as it was when I was 12 or 13 years old. And my mind is just as capable of peace as when I was 12 years old. And I did some research, and they say that you're basically really the same person for your whole life, from when you're 12 or 13 until you're 90 to 120, and you go to rest. You're the same person. Your characteristics, your strengths, your weaknesses are going to be a similar package. When the transition comes in, you actually become more able to be a loving family member to somebody that was stuck where you were. Would you like to just ditch sexual fantasy mind? Well, then contact me. I mean, just send me your first name and I'll pray for you. But there's more to talk about this. Remember, when the guy that was crazy was cleaned up of bad spirits by Jesus, he said, Jesus, I want to soak in your presence. I want to sit at your feet. And Jesus said, nah, no way. No, your job is to go out there and tell the story. So I'm beginning to tell the story here. This is just one of the things that happened in a transition in this before and after this amazing transition. Hi, everybody. 3 chairs. Yippee.